All right, questions for Coach. Start with John Corrales.
Hey, Brad. Just wondering, the three-point shooting yesterday, how would you characterize the quality of the three-point shots that you guys were getting yesterday?
I mean, there were some that I thought we forced, John, but you could always go through and find some of those. And but I thought a lot of the ones that we missed in the first half were, pretty reasonable, open inside out looks. And I think anytime you can get a inside out look, that's a better look than not.
Bobby Manning.
Coach, you've talked about being far away from where you were in the bubble, had some longer practices this week. What are you emphasizing? What are you trying to really hone in on and improve on ahead of next week?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question because I think when you play, the way we did last night or even the other day, at times, there's a lot to work on, as you can see, but you're also early in the season. And I think you have to be careful to pick what you emphasize well. Today, we spent a good deal on what everybody's role is on the team to add value to winning. And then the guys competed at a good level today. So step forward, and that's good because I don't know if we could have taken much of a step back. They were Brooklyn was really good last night, and the Celtics weren't.
Gary Washburn.
Hey, Brad, you said last night, you said that you guys are going to be much better later than now, and it's going to be a process. And as you just mentioned, it's one of those processes, guys figuring out their roles.
And there shouldn't, and Gary, shouldn't be many questions on that. And I think sometimes we all misconstrue or misdefine roles as playing time. Your role is what you need to do to add value to winning when you're in the game, right? It's not whether you're starting, whether you're coming off the bench, whether you're playing at the end of the third quarter, whatever. It's what do you do? What's your job when you're in the game? And so been very, we talked in a lot of detail about that today. And obviously some people have to take on, more minutes with a couple of the guys we have out. But that doesn't mean they have to try to be the guys that we have out. We need them to just be the best version of themselves. Everybody add their strengths together and be a good basketball team. We know who our go-to players are. You all know who our go-to players are. And we all have to do our best to accentuate them and the other players on this team. And that's hard when you've got a bunch of young guys that are trying to prove themselves. But good teams get there sooner rather than later. And I've always said in coaching, when you can stop worrying about, how guys are, how hard the back and forth is of not playing or playing, and you just coaching basketball, I think that's when you got a special chance to improve. And I think we'll get there. We've got a good group of people, like really good group of people. We're just young with a lot of guys that are trying to figure out kind of where they stand.
Mark Murphy.
Hi, Brad. How far along is Tristan in his coming back from that hamstring injury? And also, he looked like he was pretty active on the bench last night, just talking to people, helping the younger guys. What has his impact been before he gets on the floor even?
Well, he's got a great personality, Mark. I don't think that no matter what, though, I don't think you can have the impact that you want to have until you're out on the court, especially when you're playing. He did some half-court stuff the other day, and you could tell that our energy raised. And then he did a lot of practice today, and you could tell our energy went to a different level. In large part because he brings a physicality that we really need. And so I thought that he added to the play today and the competitiveness.
Last couple of questions for Coach. We'll go to Mark D'Amico.
Hey, Coach, and going back to the conversation about roles and kind of buying into those and excelling within those roles, you singled out Javonte Green after the last couple games, and there's probably a lot of fans and whatnot on the outside who are looking at those other things that you mentioned, ending quarters, starting, not starting, et cetera. What is it about what he has done during those 2 games that has made you talk about him playing well within the role that you want him to play?
I mean, he just has a good idea of what he does well and what he doesn't do well, and I think that, that's really important. He's improved some of the areas where he needs to improve, but, whether he starts or comes off the bench for us, the biggest thing that he can bring us is his athleticism and his ability to raise the energy level in the room. I think that is a really important trait. I think we all like being around people like that and like working with people like that and want to surround ourselves with people like that. And so again, whether he's playing, not playing, starting, we appreciate what he brings to the table.
Final question for Coach, Tim Bontemps.
That was actually the question I was going to ask, so I'm good. I was going to ask about Tristan, so thanks for the update.
Yep.
All right, makes it easy. We'll wrap it up right there.
See ya.